What is going on, YouTube family? Welcome back to another episode where we're going to be talking about the NAS100. It's the same thing we talk about every single week, right? We're just going to pick up from where we left off in regards to the analysis I made, how I basically navigated the NAS last week. If I won the trade or if I lost the trade, we're going to be talking about that, okay? And as well, where I think market is going to go moving forward for week commencing the 13th, so Monday the 13th of May, right? So we're just going to get straight into it. So the first thing we're going to discuss is the moves that I made last week, right? So last week I made one move and I got that move wrong, so I just sat it out, right? So here it is. So okay, so let me just talk you through. Let me just get rid of this for a second actually, and then I'll bring them back in, but we just get rid of that for a second. So on the Monday, the weekly high that was set on the Friday was taken out on a Monday and I did nothing, right? On the Tuesday, I could see that price was kind of looking like he wanted to go sideways, right? So what I did was I put a sell in this location. Actually, let me use this one. I think this is way better, right? So I put a sell under here, right? And my stop was just covering these over here, and my TP was very ambitious, right? very ambitious, right? So my TP was all the way down here somewhere. That's where my TP was, right? So that's what happened, and obviously as you can see illustrated in this image right now, and I was out and that was it. I did nothing else outside of that. Had I followed my advice and joined the market when the weekly high was taken out, I would be in profit, a little bit of profit right now, right? But however, the reason why I took that sell was off of what I said last week, which is that I still believe that this is a bearish situation, and I needed to take out a high over here. Okay, I mentioned these ones here as well, right? But this is the high that I'm really referencing, right? I need this high taken out before I can consider this whole thing a bullish move. So even though it is going up, right, I'm only looking for selling positions, right? I'm only looking for that until I get that confirmation that it is going up. Then at that point, I would only be looking for bullish positions. Reason being, you might be like, okay, you're not spot on with that. And that's fine, I understand that. But until this level is taken out, okay, right, I have to look for bearish positions, just because if I am right, it will give me the highest probability of really big wins, right? Now, if I am wrong, then obviously I've been protecting myself, so I'll be taking small losses here and there, but once I get that confirmation, I will know what to do. So that's just the vibe that I'm going off of, and bottom line is this: I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm not telling you I've got it all figured out, okay? Right? You got to do your own research, do your own homework, and make sure that everything I'm saying makes sense before you go ahead and do it, right? That's my recommendations to you. So with that covered, we're going to get into the analysis for this week coming, and we're going to talk about what I think market is going to do and what I'm going to do if certain conditions are met. So let's get rid of this. I don't know why that's all there. Okay. So as it stands, we have a new weekly low that has been created, and this was done on a Monday. And we have a new weekly high that was set for us on the Friday, right? And reason why I like this particular weekly low that we got, because it's nice and tight, right? Especially if market moves in the way that I want it to, which is it supports my bias, which would be price dropping, price falling down, right? So let's just add the weekly low right here, and then let's add the weekly high up here. Okay. So now we've got those two locked in. Let's look at the levels of concern. So the levels that I'm looking at is 17891.0. If this level is taken out, I'll be looking for sell positions, right? And as it stands, the weekly high I'm still treating with a pinch of salt. So I would take an educated guess should this level get taken out, and that would be 18257.8. Right, so as it stands, I'm downward facing. I'm not actually looking for bullish markets at all. I'm only looking for bearish positions. Right, that's what I am looking for right now. I'm not going to try and tell you a story. So if next week market starts to fall down, just be, and you're watching, just know that there's a high probability that I'm getting big wins on that side. If market keeps going up, I'm either in or I'm out. Right, and if I am in, I'm in with a really small position, but chances are I probably won't be in. Right, because I'm only looking for sales until my conditions is violated, which basically means it's not going down anymore, it's going up. And for a violation of the conditions that I'm looking for, I'll be waiting for this level to be taken out. Right, and that level hasn't been taken out as of yet. So as it stands, I'm only looking for bearish positions. And you will turn around and say, but why are you still looking for bearish positions when the FVG has just been taken out, which is this one over here? The FVGs play a really good role in market analysis, in my opinion, okay? But like with all things, you kind of need to treat it with a pinch of salt, right? The absolute confirmation that there is a higher probability that price is going to be pushing upwards is if this highest point is taken out, right? That's, for me personally, that is what I'll be looking for. Anything in between this level and the level where it's currently at now is if it starts flying down, obviously I will start look to stack positions. If it continues flying up, then whenever it looks like it's about to do a reversal, that's when there's a high probability I'll be entering the market. And as we can see right here, the weekly low and the weekly highs is really quite tight together, right? It's quite tight. So as it stands, I know that price has now started to consolidate at the top right now, okay? And the probability of it falling down is now become even stronger, in my opinion. I could be right, I may be wrong. We'll only find out next week and the weeks beyond, right? So as it stands, that is what I'll be looking for. And also, let me point out this structure that I'm actually seeing on the top side as well, right? So let me just make sure that this is all nicely symmetrical. So this is kind of what we got going on right now at the moment, okay? And in my opinion, this is how it kind of looks, right? This is how it kind of looks in my opinion right now, right? So as I'm looking at it, we got the weekly low down here, and then we got price in this ascending flag or ascending wedge. So we have an ascending wedge on a macro, and then we have an ascending wedge on the micro, right? So that's a smaller one, right? And in my opinion, should this level get taken down, because price is starting to build up at the top, okay, it's doing a bit like what it did over here, right, before it kind of broke down. So it's doing the same thing up here as well. So as it stands, because obviously my conditions that I'm looking for have not been met, I'm only looking for the sell positions. I mean, the conditions that I'm looking for in order for me to reverse my position has not been met. I'm only looking for sell positions, right? And the conditions that needs to be met in order for me to start looking for buys is this level over here needs to be taken out. And if it hasn't, I'm only looking for sales. And yes, I got it wrong, and it won't be the first time and it won't be the last time, right? And I'll probably get it wrong again. But when I get it right, I get everything back. That's what usually happens. I get it all back, plus interest, right? So obviously, so the idea is don't lose too much, because when I do get it back, I'm not trying to be making back what I lost. I just want to be making pure profit, if that makes sense. So with that covered, that's the move that we're looking for, okay? That's the move that I'm definitely looking for. So a weekly high gets taken out, okay? I'm going to be like, okay, we're just going to keep it moving, right? A weekly low gets taken out, then I'm really in the game. If this one gets taken out, I am really in the game. And also as well, it's important to add, if price does take down this weekly low, it does not necessarily mean it's going to keep coming down. That's also really important. What it does mean is that there's a high probability it's going to keep flying down, but it does not mean it's going to be flying down. What it does basically mean is we will need to keep an eye on a few key things, such as how it took this level out, right? So if it was, I don't know, pin hammers or pin heads, really small candles building up to this level, right? okay, then we're not looking to be taking any type of sales. It will create the scenario where there will be an even higher probability that it's just going to bounce off this level and push back up again. However, if it blasts through this level, then that's even a stronger possibility that it will be flying down. And when it does blast through this level, okay, we also need to be mindful of what is taking place that day as well. So if there is economic news, economic data that's come out in regards to that candle pushing down, right, we kind of need to factor in what kind of news that is and if it's going to continue, because bearing in mind the news could come, it could send the market all the way down with a massive bearish move, takes out this level, only for it to turn around again and start pushing back up in the opposite direction. That can definitely happen. Okay, so these are all the things that I'm going to be mindful of for next week, which is going to be week commencing the 13th of May, right? So with that covered, if weekly highs and weekly lows are concepts that you're struggling to understand, there's a whole bunch of backtesting videos that I put together for you to help you navigate through it all, right? So that's going to be there. You should be seeing that thumb there as well, that thumbnail somewhere either on this side of the screen or on this side of the screen, depending, right? And also as well, if you want to follow up in regards to what we talked about last week, you should be seeing a thumbnail for that video in this corner or that corner. It's either one, but you will see it anyways, right? And watch along and then see where we're getting all of these concepts, how we're putting them together, and how naturally we're using them to navigate the market. So with all of that covered, my awesome people from all around the world, I want to thank you for coming over to watch another episode of NAS100 analysis, or the analysis on the NAS100 for this week. And I wish you nothing but the best for your trades for next week, and I look forward to seeing you very, very soon in the next video. So for now, this is Pips and Points signing out.